Don't play. Don't play. But I stand by this tip, 10 toes down. Have fun, have fun, have fun. Hey Slay Bays, I'm back. If you're new here, hi guys, my name is Slayannie and I will be restarting my YouTube journey. On this journey, I will be talking about fashion, beauty, fitness, lifestyle vlogs. I'll be sharing tips that I wish I knew and stuff that I know that you guys will eat up. So if these are things that you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and join the family. And if you're not new here, guys, it's all love. Thank you so much for your loyalty. I can't believe I've been gone for so long, but I'm finally back. I noticed that my video that's doing the best is my J1 vlog video, and who knew that it would get 2,000 views. But I'm so happy about it, and I thought, why not give you guys some tips that I wish I knew, things I wish I knew before going on the J1 program. This is not only from my perspective, guys. I asked over 15 J1 OGs things that they wish they knew, and I compiled them and chose the best tips and the most repetitive ones, and this is my list. So if you're interested in that, keep on watching. So I separated these tips into 4 different sections. We have when choosing a job, we have prepping for the job and prepping to go on the program. Then we have the after landing, we have the on the jobs, and then we have just some general tips that don't really fall under any of these, but I think it would be important for you guys to know. So let's start off with the when choosing a job. I do have a paper in front of me that I'm reading off, so do excuse me if I keep looking down. But when choosing a job, first of all, know that some travel agencies do offer better jobs. I did not know this. When I went on the program in my first year of university, I allowed the travel agency to do whatever. I went with the first travel agency that came up, and I had nobody to tell me that some travel agencies do offer better jobs. And don't give the travel agency complete control over choosing the job for you. Trust me, they're going to give you the jobs that nobody wants, especially if they see that you're a first year student and they know that they can take advantage. Jump on the program as soon as possible, guys. The good jobs, there are lots of travel agencies with good jobs, but the good jobs go really fast. So as soon as you pay your school fee and you start school in September, jump on the program. Find out which agency you're going to go with and start making your payment, because it's very important. I did not know how important it was. My best friend didn't know how important it was, and we got stuck with lifeguard jobs because those were the unwanted jobs. And as I said before, we allow the travel agency to take complete control over our process, which that's something I wish I never did, and that's something I wish I knew, and I would advise anybody, do not do that. Do not do that. Understand that working environments are not like the working environments in your home country. I can speak for Jamaica. It is very fast paced because these people are taking you to working areas that are going to become saturated. So there's going to be a lot of people, and the working environment can be very fast paced. So do prepare yourself for that mentally when you're choosing a job. Understand that if you're going to work at an amusement park, this is going to have constant lines, long lines of people waiting to come on the ride. If you're working in a store, you're going to have to be standing on your feet, you get the shelves fast, stuff like that. Just know that these jobs can get very fast paced, and you have to mentally prepare yourself for that. It was okay for me because I just tapped into it after I understood the environment that I was in, but I do understand how it could be overwhelming for some people. So definitely keep that in mind when choosing a job. This one a lot of people probably do not agree with, but personally I would not choose a very small work environment where it's gonna be like maximum 6 employees and the boss. This is why I said that. I would not choose a small environment where the boss would be directly overseeing my everyday work life. I think that can get very toxic really fast, because if business is bad for him, then somehow it becomes your problem, and that's not why we're on the program. When you're choosing a job, guys, and when you're choosing the program, I know we all want to go with our best friends, and we all want to go with the people who we love and we're close to at home. But do understand, guys, I do not advise this. If you know that when you're around your friends you're not your best self, and you're not your most competitive and your most progressive, do not go with them on the program. Choose people with the same motive as you. Choose people who understand that the ultimate goal is to go here and to make your school fee. Choose people that understand that the goal isn't to go and sleep or to party away the money or to spend. And if this is your goal, then choose people who are of the same, who have the same goal as you, so that the program is way easier for you and way less stressful, and then you guys just share a common interest, so it would become way easier to work with. I don't know if I can break that down a little bit more, but I hope you guys are understanding. Like, just choose people with the same interest, the same goal as you to travel with. And if you can't find somebody with the same interest as you back home, go on the program by yourself. I promise you, you guys will find people, you will find friends with the same interests and the same goals. So I'm still under when choosing a job. So these are jobs that I would personally stay away from. If you have a family member, a friend, or somebody who has been on the program that did these jobs and do not agree, then that's fine. This is just my personal opinion and some opinion of people who actually worked on the same type of jobs that I did with me. So rides, storefronts at attractions will be affected by weather conditions. If it rains, then you will have to go home and your hours just get cut, because if it rains, then people aren't coming to the attraction. If people aren't coming to the attraction, then they don't need you on the ride, and you can't stand on a roller coaster while the rain is falling, because that don't make no sense. It's not safe for the work environment, and it's not good business for the boss in general. So they will send you home, your work hours will get cut. And personally, that affected me because I liked planning how much money I was gonna make the week ahead. I would have 40 hours on my work schedule, and then it rained 3 times for the week, then I end up with 30 hours or less. And guys, be aware that they can't control the weather, so choose indoor jobs. I would advise people to do supermarkets, to do hotels, to do things that are indoor based, and do not depend on direct traffic from people just passing by every day. So we're done with the when choosing a job. So now we're at when you're preparing to go. So you got your job, you did your interview, you got through, you got the visa, and you're packing your suitcase. You make plans now. You're ready to go abroad. What are my advice to prepping to actually go on the J1 program? First of all, I would definitely advise you guys to take pills. Take pills for cold and flu. Take pills for the common cold and flu type of stuff. Take vitamins, take iron, take stuff like that, because health can be very expensive overseas, and you will definitely probably catch a cold. You definitely probably get flu. You definitely probably get a fever, stuff like that, and you want to be on the safe side. So pack stuff like that. So just a couple cold and flu would be fine. A couple vitamins would be fine. Research the area, guys. You will get the area that you are going to. I personally went to Wildwood in New Jersey, and you could type in Wildwood, New Jersey J1 jobs on Facebook, and J1 jobs would come up, like second jobs. J1 homes will come up with pictures, so you can scan the home to choose where you want to stay if you get the option to choose your job. So please to look up the area, look up where the closest supermarket is to where you're located, look up different home options, the price range for homes. Just make sure you research the area before you get there, so there's no confusion. Is there a bus station close by? Do they mostly use bikes? Will you need a bike? What price would the bikes normally be in the area? Do you need to buy a new bike, or are there secondhand bikes available for sale? Guys, do your research before you leave the country. I had no idea about any of this, so I did have a little fallback when I went on the program the first time. However, my roommate did do the research, and I just allowed her to handle everything. This was a stranger that I met in Jamaica, and she did a really good job. She found a really nice home. I went there all 3 times, and we found a really nice home at a really good location, proximity from our job. It was walking distance, so I never necessarily needed a bike, but it could go sideways, you know what I mean? So researching will not ever be bad. So definitely do your research on Facebook. I would advise anybody. Any other means you can find, definitely do your research before actually leaving the country and going to the area. I know that you guys must hear this a lot, but let me emphasize it. Pack your seasonings, pack your Maggi all-purpose, pack your brownie. Me personally love curry. I'm not go a foreign without my curry. I'm not go a foreign without my saltfish, stuff like that. If you like something and you really want it, take it. If you know that it's something that you're going to be on the program for like 3 months, maybe 4, take it with you. So I know that when I went to Wildwood is very uncultured, I would say. So there wasn't any brownie, there was no Maggi seasoning. Of course you have all-purpose, but it was different. It wasn't what I was used to. So I definitely, after the first time, I definitely packed my Maggi seasoning. I definitely packed my brownie because Omega brown stew, my chicken, my curry. I love curry shrimp. Definitely pack my curry, stuff like that, guys. Pack what you like and take it with you. This is what your suitcase is for. I'm going into my next point with what your suitcase is not for, guys. Definitely do not do this. I did this my first year and I advise anybody on the program to never ever do this. Do not take a bag of clothes go foreign. A foreign you go, you don't need a bag of yard clothes, you don't need a bag of goating clothes. Do not take a bag of clothes. Keep your suitcase as minimal as possible. If you're gonna wear work clothes, take your work clothes. Take 4 jeans from Jamaica. I always go downtown, go buy my jeans because we're gonna want foreign day. Take a couple jeans if you're gonna wear jeans, and more than likely you're gonna wear jeans if not on your first job, on your second job. So I would advise you to get some jeans, get like 4 or 5 jeans, but don't overpack your suitcase. You're gonna need the space with clothes. You can overpack with food that you're actually gonna use up, but don't overpack it with clothes. You can buy like your big food or your banana chips and stuff like that, your Lasco if you really like those stuff, but do not overpack it with clothes. Of course you have to carry clothes where you go your bed and where you go work, and probably a couple yard clothes, maybe just a week worth if you are somebody who change your yard clothes every day. But you're not, the goal is not to be home and the goal is not to go out that much, so you do not need that clothes. My first year, tell me why I carry dinner dress, tell me why I carry heels. I had to take all of those back to Jamaica, and then I had a space issue. I had to pay for extra suitcase. So I wouldn't advise anybody to overpack their suitcase with clothes going up. What you do need though, other than the jeans, is a very important point. My friend actually pointed this out and I was like, how could I forget to say this? You will need a very comfortable sneakers, guys. Do not underestimate the fact that you will be standing on your feet for your whole shift, more than likely. So not carrying no look good clothes, not carrying no trending shoes. Get like a Skechers, get something real comfortable that long lasting. If you can carry 2, that would be good, because when it rains you have to walk in the rain and stuff like that, or over time it probably get damaged. I would advise you guys to buy a good comfortable shoes. When I came my first year, I did not buy a comfortable shoes and I thought just get a small cheap Walmart one, and when I tell you say my foot swell, ankle big, me have to call my auntie up here with a nurse and say, what can I do? And she told me to buy compression socks, and she told me that it was because my shoe wasn't good, it wasn't padded enough, and I was standing on my foot too long. So I had to go to Skechers and get a comfortable shoe. So that is definitely very important. Make sure that you guys have good comfortable shoes. You cannot be going on work and don't have a good shoes to work in. I'm telling you, these jobs are standing jobs. You will need a good shoes. If you're a female and you'll be going on this program, guys, females, listen, I know we're at girl, I will want to go foreign, our wig, and them look at something there, not work and travel. Do not go on work and travel with hairstyles that you're gonna have to change in no time. I would advise anybody to do butterfly locks or something like that that can actually last you for the 3 months, because you won't have time to change hair is expensive. And if you do find somebody that's in your house that does hair, they're gonna try to make money. I'm gonna try and make money, so of course I have to get my thing. So I would advise you guys to get a hairstyle that lasts long. I always do locks. In all 4 years I did different locks, different colors. Make sure it works with your workplace policies. And when I was almost finished with the program, then I would take out my locks and then I would wear my wig or whatever that I felt like I needed to wear to go back home. But do not go on the program without a durable hairstyle. I definitely think the best one is some butterfly locks. Don't go with any jumbo braids and cane braids and stuff like that, because within 2 to 3 weeks then you're gonna have to take it out, and then what's your second plan? I have no interest in combing my hair every day, so it's a no for me. This is the last one for preparing. When you're preparing, please guys, you're gonna get a list of everything, like your legal obligations. You're gonna get contact with your sponsor and stuff like that. Guys, study these things, know your legal rights, know what you can do and what you cannot do. I had no idea that if I was uncomfortable on a job, I could actually find, I don't want to tell you guys that this is something that you guys can do so that you guys do it, but you can actually find another job, get your sponsor to verify it and confirm that it's okay for you to work there and you work there instead. Because some of these jobs, of course, we go there with the expectation of one thing, and then when we go there, it's a complete different thing. It happens, it's okay, and your sponsor do understand. My sponsor was CIE, they were very understanding, but I never knew that on my first year. I was just so fearful. I didn't want to lose my job, I didn't want to leave my job, so I just stuck it out. And if I knew better, I could have made so much more money, because there were better jobs that were telling me this, but I thought that no, they don't have my best interest at heart. I'm have to come stay with my job. What carry me over here? I'm gonna do loyalty. I'm gonna, guys, no. Know your legal rights. Know what you can and cannot do. And once you reach over here, don't fear to talk to your sponsor. Your sponsors are on your side. Your sponsors are for you. So don't be scared to talk to them about what's going on with your job and what's making you uncomfortable. They will call up the jobs and see if they can make the situation better, or they will advise you that you have like 6 days to find a different job that meets with their criteria, and if they approve, then you're okay with work. They're okay with you working on the program, on that job, for the rest of your duration. But don't take my word for it, guys. Read your legal obligations. Okay, let's jump into the other one. So the other one has to be after landing. So now you guys already pack on a suitcase, wanna know when I go, wanna ready, wanna choose on the job, everything gone. Now you guys land in the country. My advice, number one, if this is your first time, go get your social security instantly. This can take time, and you cannot get a second job without your social security. So you need to go get your social security number. Find out from your main job, from your sponsor. Find out from somebody who's their second time on the program, their second time in the area. Where do I go to do my social security? If you can do this the first day, if you're landing in the morning, do it by noon. If you can do it the next day, do it the next day. Get it done. After you do your social security, well, that's a season, round at the back, they said people in my call back for the social security. Guys, go and start hunting for second jobs in your area. Find second jobs that are in walking distance of your first job. Find second jobs that are willing to work with the hours of your first job. You probably don't even know your set hours, but what if you know you're going to be working at your first job in the morning? Then you can find a second job that's actually in the evening. Overnight jobs are illegal, so I wouldn't advise anybody to go find an overnight job, but find a second job that works with your main job. As it relates to second job, I can tell anybody supermarkets are always good. Walmart, Acme, supermarkets are always good. If there's a Wawa close to you, this can get very fast paced and very toxic, but Wawas are good when it comes to hours. Hotels, you get really good tips. Restaurants, if you're somebody who don't need the big lump sum of money on your paycheck and you know you have the personality to get tips, go get that restaurant job. Go get that restaurant job. That's a good second job. You can make bangs with your restaurant job, because remember that it's all about your personality. It's all about tip. This is a tipping country, so you have to make tips. They're obligated, legally obligated to leave in tips, but depending on how good your tip is, depends on your personality and how the person feels after being served by you. So if you know you have the personality, you have the charm, go get the restaurant job. Don't be a scaredy cat. I'm afraid I never get a restaurant job. I know people get restaurant job with me bank more than me with it in my secure Walmart job, even though I still make my thing because I got a Walmart job, which I would advise you guys. Supermarket, food place, especially if you know you cannot cook, go get a restaurant job. Go get somewhere that sells food. How you know you can't cook and you're not getting somewhere that sells food? Go get somewhere that sells food. So add to that also is that, remember that when you come in the country, maybe I should have said this first. Remember when you guys come in the country, you have to expect to not get paid for at least the first 3 weeks. I'm gonna say the first 3 weeks because you probably come a week before or a couple of days, 3 days before your job actually starts. And then even if your job pays every week, they're gonna want a week in the back, and then you're gonna actually get paid this week. This is 3 weeks worth of rent that you're still gonna have to pay. This is 3 weeks worth of food that you're still gonna need to eat. And even if you have to travel to go to the supermarket and stuff, you have to calculate all of this money and have a mindset that you won't get paid for probably 3 weeks. If you know that you're gonna have to go and get stuff like your sneakers because you didn't get any shoes in Jamaica, then you have to calculate these things. Guys, you have to travel with money. Don't worry about it if you even have to borrow from your auntie. Borrow the money, you're gonna make it back, but you have to travel with enough money to last you for at least 3 weeks without getting paid, because you still have to pay your rent, you still have to eat, and you still have to move around. So at least 3 weeks worth of money I would tell anybody to travel with. That can vary depending on what your rent is. That can vary depending upon how much you eat. If you're one little conflicts type of person or you're a big cook type of person, then you know that vary, because you're going to need at least 3 weeks worth of grocery for the first part. After that, I don't advise nobody to buy no whole heap of food, but we're going to get into that afterwards. But guys, definitely travel with at least 3 weeks worth of money that can sustain you for the first 3 weeks of being on the program. So this is when now you actually have your money and you're on the program and you're going in the supermarket. What do you buy? Have a tunnel vision, guys. Look at me when I tell you this. Do not buy food that requires too much time to make. I know some of we are big cook, but none of that we're not go for show with skills. We're not go for show culinary skills over here, right? So get quick meals. Get fruits. These get spoiled really quick because this is America. But get your fruits, get oats, get cereal, get your ramen. You know, they talk about how much work and travel kids will only eat ramen, but these are stuff that you won't have time to cook, but you're gonna get stuff that you can cook also, you know, but not too much. So you can get a bag of rice, you can get a bag of mixed pots, a bag of chicken thigh and stuff like that. Yes, and you make, when you're cooking, you do meal preps. Do it like the girls, the gym girl used to. Make 1 week worth of food, 3 days worth of food. Do not cook just for one day. You don't have time to be cooking every single day. So do meal prep so that you have lunch to last you, because buying and eating out does add up. And what if you can't cook? Like me, my first year, me could cook. Only thing me could make a little spaghetti and little curry shrimp. I used to make 1 week worth of spaghetti and curry shrimp, and that was okay for me. But if you cannot cook, guys, and you can't even make little spaghetti and curry shrimp, please go get a job, a second job with a restaurant. These people, America, have too much food, more food that they can handle. So more than likely you're gonna get free lunch. It will be included, or you'll get workers discounts and stuff like that. So go get a job that sells food if you can't cook, because eating out will add up and you will regret it at the end of your season. After landing, my last point or my last advice would be just make sure that your second job is willing to give you a lot of overtime. Personally, I believe getting a second job that gives you a lot of overtime is more important than having 3 and 4 jobs. I do know people who has 3 and 4 jobs and actually make a good bank, but I do believe personally that having a second job that gives you unlimited overtime and that is willing to give you overtime is the best option. That is why I would come again and say supermarkets and stuff like that are always good, because even when the season is ending and in the middle of the season where it's 4th of July and stuff like that, they do need all hands on deck, so you will get like as much overtime as possible. So definitely get these places. Now we go into the on the job tips. So now you already prep, you got your social security and you're starting. So on the job is any job at all, the first job or the second job, you're on the job. These are my tips to you guys, things that I did not know. First thing I have to start, before I even look at the list, I want to say this one. They're not your friends. They're not your friends. They smile. Americans smile the most and laugh in your face the most. They're not your friends. So not because I said this means you're gonna go with a very stink attitude. Do not go with a stink attitude. Be very positive and confident. But do not tell these people if you're tired. Do not tell these people how much hours, especially on your first job, that your second job is giving you, because they will not like it. Especially if they think you're making bank at your second job and they think you're prioritizing the second job more than their job. They're not your friends. Don't tell the supervisor, no matter how close you guys are. Don't tell them. If you're gonna drink a little energy drink, put it in a one buckle, like your coffee buckle. They don't need to know that you're tired. Don't tell them, don't give them too much information. They're not your friends. Now I can look on my paper and tell no way my actual list down, but I had to put that out there. If you're doing anything customer service, please work on your social skills. Me, oh my god, my first job, I came to be a lifeguard. That didn't work out, and they made me a ride attendant at an amusement park. And these people expected me to smile the entire time. I'm not a very smiley person. I am one of those wrestling type of girls. So you see me, I'm fine. You think I'm mad. You think I don't want to be here. You think I'm cross, angry, miserable. But the whole time I'm just chilling. You have to learn to fix your face, and you have to learn customer service. So if you're working in a restaurant, I would advise you guys, know how to give compliments. You don't even have to mean it. You go up to a station or a table, give the baby a compliment. Say, oh, I like your shoes, girl. That looks so cute. You don't even have to know what type of shoes they have on. Oh, girl, I like your blouse. Where did you get that one? I like it. It's so cute. Compliment nails. Males, I'm not sure if it works the same for you guys, but give compliments. I'm not gonna say give compliments to females while they're out with their significant others, and same for females. Do not give the males the compliment. So I normally go towards like the kids, or even when they make an order, say, oh, that's an excellent choice, that tastes so good, and stuff like that. Learn some customer service skills. People, you're gonna need it if you're going into customer service. That's the least you can do. Learn to smile and learn small talk and learn just some little customer service skills. Go YouTube it. I'm sure there's something that you can find. But me, my go-to now, or my go-to that I wish I knew, was giving small compliments. I go now to a restaurant and I tell the waitress that, oh, I like your nails, and it starts a small conversation and it keeps the environment pleasant. And vice versa, if she would say the same thing to me, then I automatically like girly. I know she probably don't mean it, but I automatically like girly. Like, yeah, girly said she like my nails, and we're up on a little vibe right now. You know, if my Eva did think she like give me a sink attitude and she gave me a compliment, then now the thought of her giving me a sink attitude come out of my mind. I say, oh, probably something wrong with her face. She's just like me. She just don't have a smiling personality, but she's fine and she's cool and we all dandy. So learn some customer service skills if you're doing customer service. Another advice while you're on the job, guys, please to be open-minded. I know you're gonna get culture shock, definitely. No matter how much you hear about America or working with other Caribbean countries and other people from all over the world, you're going to get culture shock. But don't be judgmental and don't be so close-minded. We're not in Jamaica anymore. This is America. You gotta be a little bit more open-minded to get comfortable and to make the work environment more less toxic for you. So be more open-minded and be more acceptable and learn to build connections. As much as I say the people there are not really your friends and you won't definitely know who to trust, you can build a healthy work relationship where you do not share too much, but you and this person are pals in some sort of way. So definitely we learn to build connections with different J1 students. I love my Dominicans, I love the Russians, I love the people from Turkey, from Thailand. I think they're so amazing. Of course, their cultures are different and we do clash in some areas, but I have to keep an open mind because this is the whole point of the program, to learn about different culture and to exchange and teach them about my culture. So don't go there acting like Jamaica way is the right way. I think Jamaica way is the right way, but I'm not gonna go there and say Jamaica way is the right way. Please to be a little bit more open-minded and build healthy connections. Also, while you're on the job, I would advise you guys to find the goal right here. So remember back when I said when choosing a job, do not go with people that don't have the same goal as you. So you probably don't know how much you can make on the job. I had no idea how much you can make on work and travel. I remember the season was going to end when a fellow Jamaican said to me in Walmart, yo Q, I almost touched $1 million. This was my first year. This was his maybe second or third year, so he knew the system, but I never asked for advice like that because I didn't know to ask for it. And he said to me, Q, I almost touched a mil. Like this, back then the mil was like 10,000 US. I never knew that I could make 10,000 US. The program was ending, so I was doomed, but I never knew I could. So this is where you find out how much you can make. Do your calculations. This is what you make. Your possible overtimes where you can get. This is where you're spending a week. Ask somebody that's been on the program before. I'm sure you're gonna find at least one person who is their second year. How much did you make on the program your first year? This is a very important question to ask. Even if they're not honest, more than likely they will tell you more than they did, so you can set that as your new goal. So if they said they made $10,000 but they made $10,000 but them really make 8, this year you can set your goal to $10,000 and try to accomplish that goal. So this is where you find out your goal. Guys, go with a goal. I'm telling you, the money there for me, but if you go blindly, then you will not know. A lot of persons go and work and travel and never make $10,000. Them don't know so that can make. And me tell you, said this was made in my first year, not me, because I did not know, but this was made in my first year. I witnessed people making this kind of money and more as the year went by. By my third year, $10,000 wasn't even the goal anymore. So you can make money, but you have to know how much can I make in this area and start working towards it, start saving towards it. I think this is gonna be my final point on the job, but I'll see if there's anything else. But I do believe developing a relationship, I said these people are not your friends, but that does not mean you can develop a healthy work relationship with those that are higher than you, like your supervisors and your boss. Don't tell them when you're tired. Don't tell them say you're not gonna sleep. Don't tell them say you have to drink energy drink. Don't tell them say the next job I give you a whole heap of hours and you want time off, or your birthday comes so you go take one time. They're not your friends like that, but do get a healthy work relationship with them, because there's this process on the program that a lot of people don't know about that's called self-placement. This is way cheaper than having an agency pick the job for you. So you go with the agency and you tell them you already have a job. The boss wants you back and you work with them, your boss and your sponsor, and you go back to that job through the boss directly without the agency choosing a job for you. And this, I think, can be cheaper if I'm not wrong. So that's a very good point. Or I was gonna say something, I forgot, let me think. Or it can come in handy when you're coming back to the area. If you like the area and you made enough money and you decide that you're coming back to the area, if it's your second job, then you know you can get back that second job. But if it was your first job and you found a better first job to go to, then this first job can become your second job because you developed a good work relationship with your boss or your higher up or a supervisor there or something, so they can give a word or two about your work ethics, and you easily get a job, so it's not too much of a struggle when you go on the program the second time. So that definitely completes my tips for on the job. So these are just some general tips that I think you've heard before. If you're interested in the J1 program at all, I'm sure you heard some of these, but I'm just going to repeat them for emphasis. Learning how to ride a bicycle is always important and can come in handy with saving. In my first year, I knew how to ride a bicycle, but I wasn't comfortable riding a bicycle like on the road, because the most me ever ride a bicycle is in like a little park area at home. So I was scared, but my second year and my third year, I did get a bicycle, and trust me, it's definitely a big plus. Save me time, save my money. So learning how to ride a bicycle is a plus. If you can't ride a bicycle, that is fine. Learn to walk really fast, especially if you can walk from one place to the next, which is why I said get a second job close to your first job or close to home. So there's some walking, especially if your first job isn't close to home. So a lot of people do not know this, but you do get 30 days to travel afterwards. So after your end date ends, you do have 30 days to travel. I did not know this. Well, I knew this, I heard of it, but the end date was actually my visa end date, and I did not know that that meant I could stay in the country. So I went home. I ended my end date 2 days before. I went home on the day that my visa said my visa up because I didn't want to ruin my chance. But you do have 30 days. However, I would not advise anybody at all to take the whole 30 days. I know a friend that took his whole 30 days and did not get his visa the second time around. So I would tell you guys to take maybe 2 weeks the most of your 30 days, but do not take the whole 30 days, guys. I don't know if it works for some countries, but however, I'm sure it does not work for Jamaicans. Do not take your whole 30 days because then they're going to want to know what happened to school. School is always priority. And if your school started 3 days after your job left and you take 30 days, then baby, school ain't important to you. So it will hinder, it will affect you getting back your visa. So 2 weeks max, you can do whole heap of traveling and whole heap of spending and whole heap of family time with 2 weeks and whole heap of exploring with 2 weeks. You don't need more than 2 weeks. Trust me. 2 weeks, go your yard. Another general tip is something that I did not do until my last year, and I thought, oh my god, why didn't I never did this before? Why I never did this before, I have no idea. Guys, it's okay to go out at least once a month. I would say at most once a month because I'm not going to work and travel for have fun. I'm going to work and travel for make money because me know so when me go home, and me and my school fee alone. You understand what I say? And my money for go back on the program. You understand what I say? So I tell yourself go out to and know so you can't wake up for God people them work at morning and stuff like that. But you can spare 1 day out of the month to go out. I went to Wildwood 3 times. And I never been to a party until my last year. The party was around the road from my house, a Spanish party. And guys, when I tell you I went there and I had the time of my life. And it never cost me nothing. Cause I'm a pretty girl. I'm going in and people buy my drink. Of course, be mindful. Make sure you know where your drink come from, what you drink. Nobody trust nobody, no smoking, no nothing way. You never see nobody bill. No matter if I'm not going to smoke, no nothing. No smoking, no nothing, period. You get what I say? But I went there and it wasn't as expensive as I thought. I had fun and I went to work the other day quite fine. I'm going to insert some clips at robots in the party. Stuff I'm never say Jamaica. They are the party and why on my last year this is when I'm first experiencing this. So definitely use 1 day to go out. It's completely fine. I understand. Nobody understands more than me the pressure where you have in your yard to pay your school fee and to come back on the program and you alone and your whole family depend on you. We know, but spare 1 day. You can spare 1 day out of the month. Definitely make friends and have a good time. What I did, I would advise anybody to do too, is every time I go up on the program, I carry some stuff that I will give away to people who I develop a close relationship with. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be snacks because I know that a lot of persons like the Peppa Bigfoot from Jamaica, banana chips and stuff like that. It can be stuff like that. But my first year I did anklets, Jamaican anklets, and I always have a Jamaican chain with the Jamaica map on it, which I always give to my favorite person. Go there, go make some relationship, go make some friends. It's okay to make friends with people from other countries. As I said before, I love my friends from Dominica. I still have their number to this day. I have people from Russia that I wish me never afraid for God Russia because good is someone can come anytime. I have people from Turkey where I check pan every now and then where we have a good work relation. We had a good work relationship, so it ended up us having a good relationship. Make friends. Like it's okay. It's okay. I know it's serious. We gotta money. I wanna mix money, friendship and business and stuff like that. But it's okay. Go make some friends, have a good time, laugh, gallivant, text some number, follow them on the Instagram. You know. Make healthy relationships. Don't stick. You don't have to. You can, but you don't have to stick to the Jamaicans. Cause trust me, sometimes the Jamaicans, that's a whole different story. Can be sometimes the Jamaicans can be the Jamaicans on the job. So Dominicans work as hard as we are. So if you are trying to develop a good a good balance, then the Dominicans are always good. Dominicans work, but get some friends from different countries. I think that's the healthiest thing that you can do. This tip, I don't know how many people is gonna agree with me, but I stand by this tip, 10 toes down. Okay, hear me out. Do not shop until you're almost at the end of the program. And when I say shop, I mean do not buy your phone and your laptop and stuff that I know that you need and you're going to want to go home until and close every 2 weeks and stuff like that. Do not do that. Don't buy your clothes every paycheck you get. A lot of people say it's okay if you budget, but trust me, I witnessed my roommate, especially my last roommate, doing this, and she didn't make enough to go back home. Wait until at the end. This is why. Listen to me very closely. When you set your goal to make 10, your goal is going to be a little bit more than what you need. So for me, I needed 5 to go back to CMU, roughly, give or take. I needed 2 to go back on the program, and I borrowed 2 my first year to actually go on the program. So you see where the 9 they kind of gone already. However, if we make that extra one day, that's my shopping money. And when me look on the $1,000 in my bank account, me know for a fact, so when that done, $1,000 I'ma spend. When you shop every week, you can lose control of how much money you're spending, and then you wonder where all your money go at the end of the season. It's just my personal advice. Take my foolish advice. You don't need to shop until at the end. Of course, buy yourself something because you work really hard. I always buy myself a new phone. I don't care what nobody wants to say. Me, I buy myself a new iPhone. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure put that on my budget. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna buy myself a new iPhone. That's my reward for working very hard and not sleeping for 3 months, because I didn't go on a program to sleep. I tell you, I take work and travel real serious. But I always reward myself. But I always wait until I know how much I made and how much I can spend. I think I knew this, but as I said, my first year I did not do any form of traveling. I went right on my yard because I'm scared of people that make me about their visa. But you guys can travel anywhere in the US on your work visa. So if you want to go see how New York look, but you did a work at Florida, you can go see how New York look in your 30 days. Remember, I'm saying I said the whole 30, but you can go see how New York look. You can go on your visa and travel anywhere in the US. It is okay. That's why I said know your legal obligations and know your rights. You can travel, go see the place, go enjoy yourself. It is okay. This is a tip, an advice, a disclaimer. Let me just put it out there. Racism is real. So I knew racism was real, but we're from Jamaica where everybody black. So we hear about racism, but experiencing it is a whole different battlefield, because sometimes you experience it and don't even know that it is what you're experiencing until you actually look into it deeper, or somebody who's from the US look at you and tell you that this is racism, because we probably think I just bias or the system mess up or stuff like that. But racism is here and it is very real, and this is just a disclaimer. Just be aware, guys. Just be aware that it is there, and not only from white people, but it can come from people from the different countries also. They probably just look down on Jamaicans or probably just black people in general. It's there, it's real. Another tip is something that I wouldn't say I never used until my 3rd time, but I never had this skill. If you have a skill, use it. If you can do hair, use it. The boys, if you can trim hair, go get a shear when you come and go to Walmart, go get a shear and invest into it. You're gonna get ear for cut, because they're paying $50 over here for cut ear. If you're in a house and there's 12 other boys, you're going to get ear for cut. Your work environment, you're going to get Jamaican black hair for cut. Don't worry about it. Use your skill. I wish somebody told me that. Go with your skill and use your skill. My last roommate could do hair. I'm gonna walk and tell the whole of the boy them so she can do hair. Walk and tell the whole of them. She can make a $20 here and a $20 there. There was a barber also. On my 3rd year, it making money by trimming and shaving the girl them eyebrow, because of course the girl them want to look good pan a budget. The one want to look good and look at like what they are foreign, of course, but want to look like it pan a budget, because the people them over here pay some crazy prices, and who have that? If you can do hair, especially when the time I come down, the season at end, the girl them go want you install the wig. So if you can learn a skill, or if you have a skill, don't be afraid to broadcast it the entire season. Let everybody know. Let everybody know that, hey, this is my skill and I can do this. For me, my skill was lashes, and I have more lashes when the season ends than what my hand could handle. I wish I advertised it more. I wish I had enough time to do all the lashes that I got to do, because trust me, the girl them come to you because they're not gonna pay $120, $150, $200 for the lashes when you can charge them a good $80. Because remember, you're not there to get rich off your skill, but extra money per day off, definitely advertise your skill and use your skill. I wish I knew this, or I wish I had a skill from my first year. I never learned lashes until after my first year, so definitely afterwards I applied it. This is going to be my final tip, guys. Stay out of trouble. Yes, people go Walmart go thief, don't do it. Put on dog now the same look, and Jamaica, it's like assault. Don't go there, go steal. Like, I know that you come there for. You come there for work and make money and get a yard so you can come back next year. So just keep your record clean. This is America. And for the males, when I tell us to look your girl and do your thing, and we know the ropes go, but be mindful that these girls look older than they are. Be mindful that the no serious. I mean, no always means no, but no means no. Yeah, we got jail. Don't play. Don't play. Okay, so just be mindful of the relationships that you guys get into. Be mindful of the law. Do not get into trouble while you're here. And of course, I'm gonna just end it and say, have fun. Have fun, have fun, have fun. If you guys are watching this and you guys have been on the J1 program and you have some tips and tricks, or you don't agree with some of my tips and tricks, or you have some little things for add for my tips and tricks, definitely drop them in the comment section below. Let's help these kids, this younger generation, because I personally wish I had a video like this to watch, and I personally wish that there was somebody to send me a video like this. So if you know somebody that's going on the program, definitely send them the video. If you know somebody that's been on the program but maybe didn't make as much money and they don't know why, definitely send them the video. Send your mother, your dad, not your mother, because your mother probably not go on the program, but send your sister, your niece, your nephew, send your cousin, just send people in your class, just send my video out, let the girl boss. But yes guys, I am officially back, as I said before, and I will be coming back, but there will be a lot of sit down videos before there's any vlogs, so I hope you guys are okay with that. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. But I definitely enjoyed making it. Remember guys, have fun on the program. If you have any questions at all about the program or about anything else, or about not understanding something that I said, definitely leave it in the comment section. I will definitely reply. But thank you for watching. I don't know when I'll be uploading. I don't know how consistent I will be yet. I need a new intro. Guys, it's all over the place, but I just know some of that. I know some of my back, my back right, my left, my keys. Bye guys, thank you for watching.